Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we have a pub Stomp Bolivar Heights camp match for you. It should be interesting. And with that being said, I hope you enjoy this pub Stomp battle. Here we are with a Bolivar Heights camp map, a thing of beauty, on a smaller size server. Not really a smaller size server, it's about 85v85. That was an exaggeration. But yeah, we have myself as Guardian Eagle announcing with Sevi, a common host that we have seen on this show that we know and love.
I'm just common, that's it.
But we know and love you.
Oh man,
that's rude.
I'm sorry. We're canceling the show. Cut. Welcome to the show, guys. No. And then last but not least, we have Microwave with us, our special guest for this announcement. How are you all doing tonight?
Dude, I'm doing great. I love to be watching a Warriors game with a Serb in the call. You know, it just makes it that much better.
Microwave is a Serbian. Microwave, your thoughts?
It's 2:30 a.m. and I have a job interview.
Well, you can tell about all your leadership experience here in Water Rights.
I have priorities, you know.
Of course. You need to see how you need to get motivated by people's leadership. If they have good leadership, you can be motivated off of that. If they have bad leadership, you can be motivated not to do that. So, Confederates taking the normal route on this map, going up through the trees. They usually go a little farther to those tents over there and then cut through the tents. However,
well, I don't know. I mean, like these Confederates. I mean, as long as they get up on that the same level, the same plateau as the Union. Union's been pushing pretty far forward though for the defenders. If they get wiped here, that could be pretty severe for them.
Rebel Zouaves pushing right into the tents.
Yeah, like how they're like fucking like don't even know the other shit there.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, and now like
Uni just got like Hoi 4 encircled.
No fucking way. Hoi 4 cut off from supplies.
I think Union was like, hey, usually Confederates push this way, let's go up here.
Yeah, wait, look, the Union's all the way down. Confederates now cut off from supplies. The Confederates are Hoi 4 encircled.
No way, double encirclement.
No way.
This is the Battle of Stalingrad.
This is great. Are there more Confederates?
And
no,
and now the commander of the 39th New York has realized that the rebels have pushed right into fucking point.
Confederate artillery got a kill.
Oh my god, they got a kill, guys. Red mist, guys. Game over.
So, I think it's a beautiful time to introduce the officers. We have Bird here from the 6th LA Rebel 2nd Corps. We also have Amistad and Archer over there. I think he was from Rebel 2nd Corps as well. This group is leading the Confederates. They are charging in. Union artillery missing completely.
How many artillerists did the Union have?
We will look after this charge. But in terms of Union officers, we saw Kelly from the 65th Illinois. We saw 2 more officers just die. And that Union group is having fun in the woods. They're camping.
Well, I think the Confederates are already in a phenomenal position. Where they've already captured the berm and the fortifications directly adjacent to point. And they really have minimal Union opposition. If the Confederates managed to charge here, which again, I mean, whatever, it's a public game, you're not going to get half your guys even up and over. If they did manage to charge here, though, they'd win. Wiping the group off point would be very beneficial to them, especially when they got a group on their rear or defeat in detail. I think instead of defeating in detail, the Confederates are themselves going to be the ones who get defeated in detail. Because they're allowing their rear right open for the 39th New York.
And just a minute, excuse me, Eagle, but just a minute ago, there was a decently sized unit on point, a decently sized U.S. unit on point, rather, and it got obliterated within a minute, not by artillery. They were just standing there behind the tent that I am pretty sure you can just shoot through.
Yeah, the tents are no longer bulletproof. Yeah. They changed that all again.
Yeah, and so the rebels are just shooting through the tents, and the Yanks are dying by the droves behind them.
I think while we were talking there, the 39th New York just wiped off that rebel unit that was still on the wagons, and I'm moving over to the guys beyond the berm.
It's like the Hoi 4 when you gun it for the capital to make sure they capitulate, and then you get cut off. However, you have a flag in War of Rights. You do not have a flag in Hoi 4. That's why this game is better.
Yeah. I mean, can we see how many people are in that company right there?
Technically,
under Archers.
Yeah. How many people are in Archers' company?
26.
Okay, well then that means that only those people can respawn. There's probably, I think, most of those 26 people are already still spawned in. So they're not going to get respawns up there. They're going to come up from main.
Oh.
And in a public match, if a random guy just spawns at main with no officer telling him what to do, then he might just walk right into the enemy line without knowing it. Union here, not exactly the most organized ever, but they are putting up a stiff defense against these Confederates, but they have not been able to push the Confederates off their position. I think so far the Confederates, although they did lose that one group, is in the advantage. And yes, they hit engaged. The Union did.
They just stopped that flag. So we have Polymath and Chas here as well for Union officers. We missed them earlier. Don't want the name Poly confusing. We have Cheeseman leading artillery.
Well, Union engaged at 38. That's a huge boon for the Confederates. They've already amassed a huge advantage. That first push, although they did lose a lot of men, killed a lot of Union. And on a map like this, where you have just a substantial amount more tickets than the enemy, they can afford that.
Exactly. So Union is trying to push out the Confederates. Someone just team stabbed twice and got banned.
Kind of awesome.
Look at that guy got. Oh, it's the legend! No!
Dude, well, he's such a legend that he had to team kill his own men because it was too easy for him. He was winning too much. I like how he didn't get a single F in chat. Not a single person typed that for him. Confederates are straightening out their line more. I don't know what they're doing here.
I think they were shifting far left. They tried to stop the encirclement. They're trying to get supplies.
Clearly.
They're trying to relieve some pressure by repositioning.
They use the one decision that gives you 3 supply.
No fucking way. But yeah, the pressure seems to have relieved immensely, and now the rebels are respawning. And
although I do gotta say, I don't think that the Union's attack here is good. They hit engage 38 minutes. If they were resigned to have fun, then sure. But if they actually want to win, I would say they should pull back behind the hill. That being said, if they did pull back behind the hill, these artillerists should just keep going up and dying out of line. So you see these random artillerists up here, they're not gonna get any kills this entire game. But if a random Confederate comes up here, and you see the guys in the rear of the line already moving over and shooting them, artillery shooting one guy didn't even hit. It's just you need to have all of your groups together on the defensive. And the Union, although they're doing pretty mediocrely at that, when they're going on the attack, you're leaving a lot of room for you guys to spread out. So just like we see random Union flags all over the place.
So the unfortunate part about this map is Confederates do not come straight up the middle of this hill. They come through the woods, so artillery for Union is kind of unfortunate unless your job is to counter battery, which, oh my goodness, these artillery messages.
Yeah, I really love it. The most important thing ever in this game is when your artillery's overrun. Everybody needs to be told in a giant banner on the middle of your screen when the artillery's overrun. It's important, really.
Oh
my god, just keep going. I love this game, guys. That was the best design destroyers that the Danes ever made, period, Eshkon.
Again!
It's running over again. Maybe I should switch teams to the CSA here.
Well, then it'll just be like, we have captured the enemy battery.
So, I apologize for the inconvenience.
Giant banners all over our screen.
Yeah. So, oh my, guys keep spawning in right there. But anyways, Confederates artillery misses, but that Confederate group that came back behind is getting wiped right now, but they did get some on-line kills, which is huge. And the Confederates are still massed up here that we saw earlier.
Well, you said the Confederate artillery is missing that. I mean, they are missing. But on this map, you have to thread a needle, and even then you only get like 5 kills. I will stand behind it that I do not think... I think the artillery in this map is probably the worst artillery in the game. Just the fact that you literally have to get perfectly over the berm. It's like 5 pixels. And they have to perfectly have it explode directly over the point. Like, that's a really fucking hard thing to do. And even when you do that, you get like, what, 5-6 kills? Maximum. Usually you get like 2 or 3. It's just, I don't know.
Sorry. I don't know, you were talking.
No, it's just hard to do. It's just hard.
Yep. So Confederates had engaged here about 3 minutes after the Union did. That's
but also the Union just charged out the other group that just was on the other side of the point, and they killed them all. I suspect the Union taking losses before 28 minutes. Like, the Union are really behind here.
I guess the time. I'm thinking 30 minutes.
You think 30?
30 minutes.
I'm thinking if these Union guys manage to stop dying for 3 seconds, like you see that one little Rambo charging the rear of the Confederate line for no reason. Like,
yeah, I'm seeing a lot of fucking Rambos. The Union.
What?
Just as I fucking said.
Microwave spitting facts here.
Yeah.
Eagle said Micros has been facts for the sole reason of putting that as a clip later. Microwave, spitting facts.
Spitting facts.
I serve spitting facts.
And the two Yankee flags got fucking obliterated by the Artie. No fucking way.
Are
those 34-minute taking losses?
Are the artillery messages that common on this map, or have I just never noticed?
Dude, I don't actually. I think it's just the fact that the Union on the Confederates are flooding over it.
They've never flooded over this that early.
Yeah, but
I've never seen
34-minute taking losses. It's no nuts fucking like what the fuck with that? 12 minutes into the game, and the Union has already lost half of their tickets. The Union is not. I don't know. They're still advancing. What are they doing?
They just said they're going into the woods, probably to cut off respawn. But that doesn't make any sense because now your team's going to be wholly outnumbered.
Look at how spread out they are. Like all of those Union guys, everyone who dies is dying at skirmishing. It's insane. It's insane. I do not understand. I mean, like obviously it's a pub game, so you know there's not exactly an overall tactician here, but it's. I think that the Union here kind of shot themselves in the leg over and over, especially the fact that they just keep aggressing on these Confederates that are holding on the perm. Exactly. Like again, they perfectly threaded the needle. Just
rebels
getting
are charging.
Yeah, rebels charging. Great.
Yeah,
the rebels aggressive.
At the very least, advancing. Oh.
That's all they need to do. Oh, 34-minute engaged.
Yeah, they're pouring past the breastworks. It's not a full-on charge though. They're just.
Some of their guys are charging the melee.
Yeah, and they're winning too. So, this is more of a side note. So, we've been broadcasting the past 2 pub matches too, and this is the most aggressive I've seen the Confederates.
Interesting. Is it any of the same commanders? Yes.
For the Confederates, yes. For the most part.
I wonder why they're more aggressive on this map than the other maps.
Well, Schoolhouse Ridge and High Street before this, but they actually Union won Schoolhouse and Confederates won High Street.
Well, High Street's a pretty Confederate map.
It is. Confederate artillery hit in the last like 5 minutes of that round. It was kind of short, but Union pushing back here. Toot coming back out of the woods and flanking this Confederate force, trying to encircle them. However, this is just going to cause them to get more skirmishing and on-line deaths.
If the Union had even tickets here, they'd be even. You know, that's the issue. Is that the Confederates here, all they got to do is force even losses, and that's all they've been doing. But they've been forcing a shit ton of losses on both teams, which as the attacker, that's perfect. In fact, I would wager to bet that the Union only probably has 50, 60 more losses than the Confederacy at this moment. I could be wrong on that, but that's my guess.
No way. So the Confederates went for the encirclement. Now the Union's encircling that, and now more Confederates are encircling that encirclement, which is encircling an encirclement.
This truly is a Hoyt 4 moment. Yeah. Yeah, fucking start playing the fucking soundtrack. Dude,
what is happening right here?
Fucking.
Oh my goodness, it's Formless Nut.
He's about to get slain.
Rebel artillery is DKing some of their own.
We have seen.
Again, yeah. But like just like that, like the artillery team killing. The artillery needs to shoot a point, and the infantry needs to take point. Like, it's a fucking catch-22. Union hit breaking before 30 minutes.
However, Union's gonna be able to hold for now, because I think they pretty much wiped all the Confederates out of here.
It doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, exactly.
They're gonna be last stand very soon.
I agree. This doesn't matter whatsoever. However, they'll be able to hold for like another 3 minutes, and then they're gonna hit last stand.
Yeah, these Union guys have been way too aggressive, attacking the Confederates. And the Confederates aren't really doing anything special. All they've been doing is like going on the berms and sitting there.
Exactly.
So like, I mean, I think it just shows on certain maps how, like, the meta is oftentimes like attack, even as the fucking defender, and that's oftentimes the defender loses. It's because, objectively speaking here, the Union have won like every engagement, but they've just thrown lives at it, and that's why they're losing. That's what a Robert E. Lee moment.
Hey, so remember when I said that the Union's gonna hit taking losses in 5 seconds?
No, you called 30. You called 30.
Yeah, 30 for taking losses.
They hit breaking before 30. Man.
Yeah, that's the joke. That's the joke.
I'm just surprised how poorly the Union are being ticket-wise.
I almost got to agree with Eagle, but then boom, taking losses at 34 something.
Yeah, I mean, at this rate, they'll hit last stand with more than 20 minutes left in the clock.
Look at all these Rambos.
Listen, last stand within 3 minutes.
That's your bet. My bet is 24-38.
Okay, so Sevi always shot really badly, so I'm gonna say 20.
Well, I always like overestimate the defenders because I'm used to actual
27.
regimental games where people are trying.
Oh,
No,
Yeah.
oh, only a little bit of offense meant to puppies there
keep in
because I'm sorry,
mind-
but
it's
Yeah.
you
Union
cannot
got
tell me here that the Union commanders are trying to win at least. Like they're trying to have
They-
fun. They're trying to kill rebels.
at the beginning they did a terrible calculation, based off of normal Confederate strategy, and it failed for them. After that, there was no organization in the Union, and then I don't know what they were doing, trying to go into the woods again. But yeah,
Yeah, I agree. These again, the Union, just like, I mean, fucking Jackson at Chancellorsville, they keep fucking charging, which, and again, they keep winning little areas. If this was an Antietam rotation and the Union were on Bloody Lane, they would have won 5 minutes ago. But this isn't the Antietam rotation; it's the Harvard Sawyer rotation, and they're not attacking; they're defending. So what they need to be doing is falling the fuck back and using defilades. But again, it's a public game, so if you do that, half the guys are gonna stay really far forward and not follow you. So I understand why they are advancing. I don't know if the officers are really thinking like that their men won't follow them backwards.
let's see. What is? Oh, wait, this is a new
But, like-
officer.
But like yeah, like this group really far forward, they have no real reason to be there.
Yeah.
Well, they already have an officer up there. Who's that guy? I can't see him. Tum. Okay. Yeah, like he orders his men forward, and people just start, and he's not disciplining them. It's to stop running away. He's not making them all stay in formation.
We're doing some good here.
Again,
Alright.
they're doing great. They're doing great, guys. You don't understand.
The entire rebel team side, whatever you want to call it, is making another push through the forest. They're probably gonna do the same shit again, but without getting circled like last time.
Well, even if they get in circle, it won't matter because you won't hit taking
Yeah.
losses. Or I'm
Yeah,
sorry, not
it's-
taking losses last
yeah.
hand.
Yeah.
You know what's the insane thing?
The Union reclaiming the breastworks is, as Eagle said, a Robert E. Lee moment. Like, it was a victory, but like, you fought like a lot of your But yeah, Robert, it was a huge Robert E. Lee moment. I'm now gonna use that in daily life.
I mean, yeah, Robert Lee is basically just the king of
Yeah.
passing off pyrrhic victories as good victories. Anyways, like the fact, if the Union hit engaged here, it'd still be good for the
shit.
Confederates. But they didn't engage like fucking 15 minutes ago.
The rebels are
for-
going for a hard flank here.
For a moment, I thought you were saying like legit. For a moment, I thought you were saying like Union's about to hit engaged.
Oh,
when you
no,
first
no,
started
no.
that. I was like,
If-
what?
If the Union had hit engaged at this moment, it would still be a Confederate favor, or more like 28 minutes or so.
You had us in the first
26
half,
is a
not
bit
gonna
beyond
lie.
the curve.
So Confederates aren't even going to try to engage the Union. They're just going to try to get to the point behind the whole
Well,
Union team.
that's not bad at all, because like if they start capping, they'll force the Union
Who
to attack
is
them.
this
and,
officer?
They got on the
All right,
tents.
here we
That-
go.
that's
Combat
a huge-
begins.
Oh, they're actually trying to capture point. They're just going straight into melee. If you don't know, you can stay over there, away from the fences, away from the I'm sorry, not the fences, the tents, and cap. They probably would have superior numbers, but they're not doing that. Instead, they've engaged.
Some guy's having his heart, his mouth. get-
Look, the entire Confederate team, their former line.
Since the rebels have no flag, they're not
Oh, yeah,
gonna
yeah.
be any,
Oh
no
my goodness.
respawn. So
Look at
This,
the top
this
left.
might not be their winning charge.
Look at the
Yeah.
top. Look at the more like top
Zoom in
middle of
over
my
there.
screen. Like, look how many flags there are.
Because they're still fighting over there in the forest. Is it like hand to hand over there? I really can't tell from back here.
I get it.
Oh, it kind of is.
shit.
Look at that. Oh, Union hit last hit 25 minutes. I was off by like 45 seconds.
I was off by a minute. But like the rebels were fucking preparing in Maine for that minute, so I'm gonna cope right now. I'm coping that
Wait,
I.
was that a Confederate loading right to the Union guy?
There are
Probably.
Union and Confederates loading right here. Dude, they're at the
Dude,
same
oh.
time. Oh,
What an asshole. Oh my god.
Oh,
And the other
another-
guy. Oh my god. Dude, they were friends, man.
They
Like,
were.
what an asshole. Just ruined such a good friendship.
They are. All right.
I bet
so
that guy, like, yeah.
We, dude. So on what the heck happened to that cannon?
Alright, the rebels for their second charge are just spawning main bandits only and running towards point.
That's all they really need to do, you know, because they have no chance that they're going to hit the final push at all this game.
A dead yank is a dead yank. No respawning.
Well, this yank over here is fucking fine, so.
Guys, you know the more right flight hacks.
Do you remember like the War of Rights like fucking wall hacks? Those were awesome. I remember War of Rights wall hacks. Type in the comments if you remember War of Rights wall hacks.
Via the console.
If you made it to this point in the video, type huzzah.
Yeah, make sure to put huzzah in the comments. Make sure to put down your favorite type of hardtack. Make sure to put down your favorite Civil War battle. Look at those explosions just do nothing.
If you made it to this point in the video, type the first letter of your favorite battlefield and let everyone else guess it.
If you put like, well, here's the thing, right? Like Bull Run, if someone puts a B down, like there'd be like all the Confederates wouldn't know what the fuck they're talking about. And like you got all those other B's, like a million B's.
Bloody Lane.
Well, no, because they call it Manassas, you know. It was so weird actually being in the Manassas National Battlefield Park, and all of the references to Bull Run being referred to as Manassas. Like, I've always heard it like Bull Run, Bull Run, Bull Run, sometimes called Manassas. And to see like ever just say Manassas, sometimes called Bull Run, that was kind of weird. Everything flip-flopped.
Indeed.
Like, the rebels lost the war. Why do they get to choose what the battles are called?
Exactly.
That's gonna get some cope from some southerners. Like, no, Manassas is the town. They should call it by the town. Yeah, whatever.
So, Confederates have been aggressive up until now.
Yeah, I feel like they haven't really done charge in like 5 minutes. But then again, they've been regrouping from spawn, they've been getting their flags up, and they don't really need to be that charging forward. All they need to do is kill the Yankees.
That's true.
Yeah, at this point in the game, it's just fucking how long will it take for the Confederates to win.
Union might hit that 6th stage of Mega Last Stand.
Yeah, Mega Last Stand, when you get like 18 respawns. When all of your officers get to sacrifice their men to fucking the devil.
They sacrifice all their men and get another set of reloads. Ain't no way.
No, they sacrifice all of them and get 5 more artillerists.
What?
You understand? We need to have 80% of our manpower in artillery.
Is there
you understand? It's necessary.
Is there any Union artillery left?
No, I mean, like, they probably died a long time ago. Dude, look, that case only got 2 shots off. Artillery isn't working on this map, especially as Union.
The rebels are making a move straight between the tents.
Unless Union has our canister loaded. Oh yeah, they are. Here they come. They're coming again, boys. They're coming again.
This is I'm glad the Confederates making a show out of it, because I mean they really did win like 20 minutes ago, you know. So they won the moment the Union engaged that early.
Oh no, Confederates are breaking.
Oh no, guys, they have 25% of their tickets left. Whatever will they do? Yeah, but I mean the fucking a pre-30 breaking that's impressive. I remember back in the day like sub 15, but like sub 15 is impossible nowadays. I remember winning Auto and Shark Farm in like 10 minutes.
So yeah, that's the end of that. That was pretty fast. So we'll start with our special guest, Microwave. Your thoughts?
Nothing special. I lately started playing puppies again, and this situation, the defenders get into this situation a lot. Their officers fuck up the first engagement. I get into that situation if I get CO as well, just to be clear. And after like first engagement, at the best case scenario is the first engagement. If it or not, it's a victory. The worst case being they get wiped, of course.
150 out of the skirmishing, holy shit.
Holy shit.
Dang.
But so the defending team, when they win or lose their first engagement, they just lose all cohesion, really. Especially on maps like these, like basically all of the Harpus-Ferro rotation, where it's urban. You cannot really use those fancy parade grounds shit. You cannot really use that stuff. That is a reason why UEC has forbidden the Harpers-Ferry rotation. Fun fact: in the
Lame.
UEC there is no downtown, no nothing unless it's really special. But generally, just the defenders succumbing to the defender's curse. I guess I'll call it that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Chevy?
I agree. You know, the defenders. I mean, the moment they lose one melee, they lose the game. That's how most pub games work. Because it's almost impossible to regain cohesion as a defender after that kind of shit. And the moment they start losing up there, they just they were behind on tickets. And the moment you're behind on tickets, you lose the game. 38 minutes hitting engaged, fucking a 30-minute breaking. Like their men were going out of line. Their men were going in skirmishing. That's why they lost.
All right. Thank you. Yeah, I agree with a lot of those thoughts. And with that being said, please like, comment, share, subscribe for more. Join our Discord, especially if you want to become a frontline reporter or an announcer. We'd be glad to have you on. And with that being said, we'll see you guys in the next one.